Today, the line between Hollywood entertainment and the nightly news has officially dissolved into nothingness. The dark, cynical conclusion of
superhero satire series didn't just give fans a spectacular death scene, it handed the American public a deeply uncomfortable mirror. Politics, the media manipulation, the weaponized victimhood, and the unquestioning worship of raw power. When he finally falls, it doesn't feel like a triumphant superhero victory. It feels like a grim, exhausted goodbye to an era of American politics that treated governance like a reality television show. Rogue nationalist superhero didn't just die because of a chemical compound. He died because the public finally decided to read the terms of service on their televised saviors. As cultural critics at Salon and The Daily Beast have noted, the show's final arc successfully transformed a comic book villain into a hauntingly familiar political archetype. Rogue nationalist superhero didn't conquer America with an invading army. He conquered it by understanding that a modern audience values entertainment value far more than institutional integrity. He wrapped his personal insecurities in the literal American flag, built an impenetrable fortress of media spin, and convinced millions of citizens that his personal legal and moral survival was directly tied to the survival of the Republic. The tragedy of the ending is the realization that even with the supervillain gone, the machinery of polarization, media brainwashing, and celebrity worship that created him remains completely intact. This narrative structure perfectly explains why the international audiences look at American politics with a mixture of awe and absolute horror. The United States has successfully exported its cultural and political scandals to the point where a global audience can watch a fictional superhero turn into a...
When a society loses its ability to distinguish between a political movement and a multi-season television drama, when the credits
finally roll on a populist icon, the fans aren't left with a saved nation. They are left standing in an empty
theater, holding an expensive bucket of popcorn, wondering who is going to pay for the damage to the lobby.
The visual storytelling of this political nightmare plays out like a prestige drama crashing into a cable news broadcast. The scene opens with a slow, sweeping shot of a darkened television studio. The neon signs are flickering,
are blank, and the giant digital monitors that once blasted rogue nationalist superhero's smiling face are flashing a cold, sterile error message.
Cut to a massive political rally outside the stadium. Thousands of loyal supporters are standing in the rain, holding their
faded superhero merchandise, waiting for a savior who is never walking back out of that tunnel. The camera slowly pans across their faces, capturing the exact moment the collective illusion shatters, leaving them alone with the cold reality of a fractured country. In the end, the death of rogue nationalist superhero wasn't an economic tragedy or
a military defeat. It was a total bankruptcy of the imagination. It proved that you can paint a flag
on your chest and claim to be a god all you want. But eventually, the broadcast ends, the lights come up, and the audience has to go home and live in the world you helped break.